Hi guys, and welcome to TBMS. In today's video I will be explaining sorting, filtration, searching, amendment from listing and highlighting. So let's get into the system and see what these things are. And so as the user can see, the system by default brings up all the live bookings that we have. On the top we have a menu bar which has different buttons and all of them have different functions. Below we have different boxes saying driver engaged, waiting and on break, which can also be showing different props if you have chosen props from the configuration area, but I'm just gonna be giving a quick demo for the system for now. In the menu bar, the first option we have is to make a booking. So by clicking on this you can enter all the details of the customer and just save the booking, but I will be explaining that in a separate video. So next to this you have a button saying in progress, above which it says today. That means that all the live jobs in the progress for today are already appearing on our screen. Then we have a button for completed jobs. So by clicking on this we have all the completed jobs for today on our screen. Now the completed jobs are locked. That means if you want to make any changes into these bookings, you first have to reopen them and then make the required changes. Then we have the pending jobs for today, which means they haven't been accepted by the allocated person. Then we also have the same kind of options for tomorrow as well. Here allocated, which means having someone to do the relative jobs, and then pending all the jobs for tomorrow. Let's just go back to the in progress for today. And moving on, we have this amazing facility to filter the jobs as we want by clicking on this search button, which would bring up this display onto your screen where the user has the option to search the job by the reference number. Sometimes you have an account from which you have multiple people traveling, so if you only want a record of one person, you can search his booking by the passenger name, mobile number, pickup or drop off address, or even the email address. All you have to do is select a field, let's say reference number, and then just add the reference here, after which you can simply click on search by text. So this was some basic information about the menu bar. Now let's move on to the actual jobs which are in progress. So we have different columns below which are having different names, like we have this reference number here, which are automatically generated by the system. We have the account name, mobile number, job date, time. We have this little pound sign for prices, the pickup and drop off addresses, the vehicle type, a comment box where you can save notes and instructions for a booking. We have an icon to show the status of the booking, as if it is cancelled, pending, accepted or dispatched. In the last column we have different options like this little flag icon, and by clicking on this little flag we can flag a job. You have to change the status to yes. Let me do that. And then you can enter some notes as to why you are flagging this job, and then simply save. Then you have this little dustbin here, which is used to delete a job, and you can also create multiple bookings by clicking on these two pages which you have next to the dustbin. Now you can also mark a job as complete, and it would disappear from your main page and go to the completed jobs which I have shown you earlier. Then you have this option to hide a job, which is used in case you want to make certain changes to a job and you don't want the driver knowing them, or even you don't want to close the job due to the payment pending or any other reason, and the driver is getting confused with old existing jobs, and you can simply mark it off him by hiding the job. And lastly, you have the option to make the return booking for the same customer, and by simply clicking on the return sign. And this would be our display where you can simply enter all the return details, the date, the timings and the pickup along the drop-off address, after which you can simply click on save. I'll also be explaining this in a separate video, so let's just close this. Now let's say for instance you want to change the date or the time of the booking. All you have to do is click on them. Here you go, we can simply amend the time from here, after which we can click on save, and same goes for the date as well. You can just click on the date and change it. Similarly, you can also change or add the prices by clicking on this price sign. Now in case you are wondering why we have two columns, that is because one side is for the driver and the other one is for yourself or for the company. Now the coins are used to indicate the prices. The P sign is for the parking charges. Then we have this little clock here which is used for rating charges, and then we have a little box for any additional charges, like we mostly have these condition charges, so and so forth, which you can also add and then save. And moving on from here, you can filter the jobs which are to be shown in accordance with the dates. Also, if you want to see all your live jobs, you have to click on this reset button, and this would take you to a page where you have all your live jobs for previous dates, for the past, present and the future as well. In case you haven't marked any job as completed in the past, it would appear here as well. So further, next to the filtration section, on the top you have some options here by which you can filter jobs. Like if you want to add prices to the jobs in which they are missing, you can filter by no fare. You can open all the flagged jobs which have been marked for quotation, which have been rejected, which were no shows, and which have payment pending customers. You also have many other options by which you can filter, like on the top right you have this bar icon, which would open a completely separate section which can help you filter jobs by the taxi-based name, account name, the passenger name. Further, you can filter by the driver's name. You can even select the pay type as to cash, account, credit, check, and then you can filter by the vehicle or even the reference number. Now below all this, there is an option to open live jobs or completed jobs or even deleted jobs, whereas you also have the option to open all these together by clicking on show all jobs. So if you click on this, all the jobs, whether live, deleted or completed, will appear. You can also filter by selecting a particular status. Below we have accepted, rejected, no show, no fare, and further so on. At the end, you also have an option to filter all the above options by selecting specific dates from these two calendars, which are used as from date and to date. And once all of this is done, simply select refresh and it will bring up all the selected data. And if you want to unselect all this, just click on reset filtration and they would be removed. Now in this section we have one big facility, which is the option to export the jobs. By clicking on this, all the selected jobs on your screen would be exported onto Excel sheet, from where you can make the required changes manually and also send the sheet to your client and any other person that you want. Below this there is a dashboard, which is also very helpful tool used to see the records of the present date, like total earnings for the day, total number of jobs, as to how many cash, account, live and completed jobs we have. We can also clear any additional pop-ups on your screen. You can plot drivers and see where they are. You can also check the account total on a weekly basis, as well as the graph for total booking, drivers and earnings. And lastly, you can check the vehicle performance as well. So this was all for this video. If you guys still have any queries, do feel free to reach out to us and our team would be happy to respond.